Understand.
So my name is Dominic Goodall. I've been living in Pondicherry on and off since 1996. I came here attracted by the manuscripts in this collection, which are mostly manuscripts of Shiva text. And I was interested in the history of the Shiva religion. And I came to look for a particular text, the Kiranagama, the Kirana Tantra, in order to produce a critical edition using all the manuscripts that I could find. And here in the French Institute in Pondicherry, I found a great number and three manuscripts transmitting a 10th century commentary from Kashmir in Sanskrit on the Kirana Tantra. So this was back in the early 1990s, and as a result I then came again and again to work with the manuscript collection here. From 1996 to 1998 I was here as a student, as a postdoctoral student, and then I was appointed in a neighbouring institution about 1 kilometre down the road, which is the Pondicherry Centre of the École Française d'Extrême-Orient. The École Française d'Extrême-Orient employed for many years Enard Bhatt, who was one of the principal collectors of the manuscripts gathered here. And so it was a natural place to come. And as a result of the pressure and support given by Jean-Pierre Müller, at the time director of the French Institute, in 2004 we submitted an application to have UNESCO recognize this as a Memory of the World collection, which duly happened in 2005. So the manuscript collection is full of works of Shaivagama belonging to the Shaiva Siddhanta tradition, and this is a tradition of very great interest. In the 19th century, people were more interested in origins, and they looked a great deal at Vedic literature, but some of the medieval religious traditions had been somewhat neglected, and this institution and my institution down the road, the Pondicherry Centre at the École Française d'Extrême-Orient, made the history of Shaivism a focus, and gradually over the last 60-70 years we've been publishing texts of this corpus. Of course, when you break into a new corpus, it's extremely difficult to understand the text that you're reading, because after all, when we read, it's usually parallels and similar passages that give us the key to understanding difficult literature. And so as we gradually now make more of these texts available in electronic editions or fully edited editions, we see more and more parallels, and this enables us then better to interpret the materials that we have. So the importance of informatics, let's say, applying applying the strategies you can use with a computer to understanding a corpus of text like this is very valuable. You can search quickly for parallel usages, for the dates of certain terminology can be determined by searching through the corpus. And so the kind of initiative that is going on at the moment, let's say, discussing the computational linguistics and the tools that computers offer us, has a great importance, I think, for the study of Shaivism, which has long been a focus here in Pondicherry, in the French research institutions in Pondicherry.
And why do you think it's important, this kind of events?
Well, this kind of event I find is a bit more difficult to assess the value of. I mean, I think meeting and discussing these things is always stimulating and helps us to improve, and this in turn helps us to edit more material, to be able to then read the material with greater ease, and then we get gradually a larger understanding of the history of the Shaiva religions, which after all of this material has been preserved for centuries and centuries. The manuscripts do not last forever, It seems that typically manuscripts in the South Indian climate last about 300 years. Until now there's been continuous copying, but copying by hand has more or less stopped. The consequence is that we now have this vast body of material. We can digitize it, people can travel and see it, and in a way we have unparalleled access compared to earlier centuries to a vast corpus of literature, but at the same time there are not that many people actually reading it. Somehow it seems as though we might be in danger of losing a large part of our memory. I said earlier this was recognized by UNESCO as a memory of the world collection. All of these texts are somehow a body of human memory, which, if we don't take care, will be lost. And developing computer tools to help us read this material and gain access to it is a way of preserving the memory of earlier generations, which seems to me in itself a worthwhile thing to do. If we lose our memories as individuals, we are no longer the people we thought we were. If we lose the memories incorporated in all of this learning, then we are diminished. So it seems to be very important that we use all the means at our disposal, including and that includes therefore developing computer tools which help us to better access more of this material. I don't know whether that's a sufficient answer.
Perfect.